Hey y'all, how y'all doing? I was debating on doing this. I woke up with this yesterday. We living in a world amongst cowards. Whether it's the little person, the middle person, the higher and higher person, corporations, government, businesses. To me, and this one probably won't give a shit for what I'm saying, but I'm gonna say it. To me, anyone who would do spell work on innocent people, even the enemy, and the enemy don't know, and they can't fight back, is a coward. You didn't have no fantastic strategy. You wasn't clever. It wasn't business. You a coward. Not giving a person a chance to fight back. Okay? Like in the Western days, they get out in the street, they give another person a chance to fight back. Okay? First one pull a draw, pull a gun out, that's who won, right? Samurai time with the swords. I was going to say machetes. There too, maybe in Africa. But that person had a chance to defend themselves. Even made the animals to be predators. I don't think they were like that. Animals were very intelligent and could talk and do everything. They took that from them. Just watching Wicked showed a whole lot of it. And then in the Bible, when the donkey talked, taking stuff for people, animals, whoever, for your own benefit, you're a coward without their knowing. Yeah, having people spy on people without they knowing, so you can take them out or take what they got or watch them. Even the one that's watching and listening in the apartments or listening on a device or have cameras in people's home. Y'all cowards. Y'all cowards. Being obsessed with someone and watching their every move and having pictures of them and building a relationship in your mind on someone that don't even know you or somebody that used to be in your life or even a friend, and you obsessed with them, and if they don't want you, you want to take them out. You're a coward. Kidnappings, and so sad. Kidnapping babies, taking them from the hospitals, killing babies in the hospitals, trading out babies in the hospitals, making cabbage patch children, making children that with no soul, people with no soul, making clones. I okay. They said it's the Matrix, the one that's in charge, the gods and goddesses that's in charge, and you want to maintain your position, but there's a higher position in yourself, and you will get dealt with, and the time is coming. You tried everything you possibly can to stop it, and it won't be stopped. Anytime you do something against somebody, you're gonna get dealt with, whether in this life or the next life. And I don't care what happened to me in the next life. I think you better care. Or in this life, sooner or later, you're gonna get dealt with. And it won't be easy. Don't let turn the other cheek. That ain't happening. That was only designed so they can still fuck over you, make you weak. You know what I'm saying? Watching you, following you, messing with your car, blowing people up, capturing people unaware, uh, skinning them, taking their faces, want to be them, taking their lives. Think about Hannibal movie, eating people. He took the skin off of people because he didn't take care of his wounds. So that's another thing. You didn't take care of what happened to you and your life, but you blaming everybody else about what happened to you in your life, and people don't even know anything about you. They got their own fucking issues. Hopefully working on that. But you decide to come against people who not even coming against you. Now when I got off into this channel and the higher ups, I'm assuming, uh was telling me things, showing me things, and I try to share. But I understand, listen to the man Bobby Hammett. Some people ain't ready, so they'll come against you because they didn't set their timer to wake up. Click off. That's all you got to do. If you ain't ready for the things that are being told by me and other people, whether it's online, whether it's in life, why get mad at that person and try to take them out or discredit them or put witchcraft or whatever to stop their money? And they're channel or a person that's trying to make it, getting them fired, doing money spells, all of this stuff. You got to pay for that. Stealing that stuff because you're a bigger corporation, uh, online, whatever, you know, and you taking it and using it for yourself. Okay, that's fine. Just spread the things around if you're ready for that. Because if you stealing it from somebody else and you're not ready for that, it could be confirmation, and then you taking it to another level. But if you're not ready for that, you're gonna mislead people, you know, and it's not gonna be done correctly because it wasn't your message. But like I say, ain't nobody gonna pay attention to what the fuck I'm saying. I understand that. Y'all do what y'all want to do. But I had to come out and say my stuff. Now, yeah, you want to hurt me, you did. I'm in the bathroom online on the second 25/25 when all the planets were aligned. I'm in the bathroom trying to help others on video. Always trying to help somebody. You in the other part of my house taking out my daughter. I don't know if it was meant for all of us to be taken out or what the deal is. And when I came back in here, I thought she was asleep. And I didn't find out till I woke up the next morning because sometimes she don't like us to wake her up when she finally go to sleep. Then I found out y'all had took her out. I don't know whether voodoo doll. I don't know whether you stuck something in her heart. I don't know what happened, but the truth will come out. How you got in here through a portal, came through somebody, because y'all love to destroy families and sit back and laugh and drink your dinner, your dinner and your wine and your drinks and your smokes or whatever your habit is, and you sit back and you watch and you laugh. It's funny. Okay, well, laugh on, just laugh on, because believe me, your time is limited. I always say, I hope people change their heart, mind, soul to the true creators that's above the ones that's running this world here, materialistic world. But like I say, you got to pay for that. Yeah. Um, Never fighting fair, even in war, going against people who ain't did shit for you. But you won't tell them the truth that you actually looking for the ones that's above you. All those little secrets, you know, in the sheets. Yeah. Planning things in people's home, like I said before, blackmailing people to do things because they don't, you know, have the means to come against you. Y'all like that kind of stuff. Programming people, possessing people, you know, fucking with the person house through technology, lights, whatever the deal may be. Yeah, I gotta pay for that. And unfortunately, the little man is always the one first to get pay for that. Little man, little woman. whether it's money related or you don't want the person to have the money, uh, what is their true inheritance, stealing people land. If y'all been doing this forever, charging them, make them pay taxes so they'll never own it, which we don't own nothing on Mother Earth. We should be enjoying this, destroying Mother Earth, Father Earth. You know what I'm saying? All of these things, it's so sad. It's really sad, you know. And I'm really ashamed for y'all. I'm really embarrassed for you. Then when you come out of that, or you got caught, or had an epiphany or whatever the deal may be, and you look at yourself really in the mirror and find out what you've done. That's hell. We already in hell, but that's hell. That's hell right there. You know, um, taking people's throne, empires, sneaking, making people suffer for you, sending the Grim Reaper, and the Grim Reaper gonna be upset after a while. You sending him to take out people that ain't supposed to be taken out. Now my daughter, she used to always say, she always used to, and matter of fact, y'all planted that on her because ever since she was a child, witches and all that been trying to fuck with her, you know, um, sending handlers, whispering in her ear, making her feel down. A lot of employers try to get jobs. They're coming at saying stupid shit they would say to nobody else. All those are people that work for, you know, whatever y'all are, covenants, orders, secret societies. We seen it. We know. And y'all listening and here, you know, making a bunch of noise upstairs, next door. I don't know, jealous because your man looking at somebody, so you want to take the woman out, or vice versa. Person don't know nothing about nothing, ain't fucking with your person, don't know, trying to live their life, but you jealous, so you decide to do something to get rid of the person. If you allow, and sometimes I think they allow it for different reasons. She used to always tell me how evil this world is. And I had to agree with her. Unfortunately, I had to agree with her. Because ever since I've been here, it's been hell. You know, never had nobody true that come and really want to be cool with me. It's always some bullshit. And I couldn't disagree with her. And that's so sad. I try to see the beauty in the world. It's beautiful. This world is beautiful. Mother Nature is beautiful. If you see it, if you don't let them cloud your judgment, because you already know you're being set up. Families are set up. They put you in families that's abusive, and they don't know how to catch themselves. They put you in fake families. They trade out some of your families. You know what I'm saying? It's so much going on. Make families turn against each other. All of them got to pay for that. You got a lot of people walking around here that don't have any souls. It's not real. They using people that are, like I say, promising things to them. Even when you get in Hollywood, they promise you all this stuff, but look what you got to do for it. Then you got to take out your own family. You got to do so much things for that. Some people say it's worth it. Whatever. If you think it's worth it, then it's worth it. For what? Because you was hurt or in a impoverished area. You want everybody to see you now as making money big time on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Hollywood or just on the internet or whatever, or the biggest house in the neighborhood, because you got issues. Ain't no ego, it's a coward. You're a really scared little boy, little girl inside for the things that happened to you when you were young. And you never healed yourself for that. But you want to make everybody else pay for what others have done. Now, a whole bunch of people have died out and have not apologized. So now you got to go through life without an apology. but you got to forgive yourself. You know, you got to heal yourself. But like I said, a lot of people don't want to do that. You do what you do. You ain't got to do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I promise you, and I don't promise because I don't like that word. I used to know somebody named Promise when I was growing up. He used to always fuck with me. I think he the one got my started me having migraines. He used to pick me up by my temples. I don't know why that man. He was older than me. He was my brother's age. I forget. Hey, whatever happened to him happened to him. I had nothing to do with it. I ain't hold no grudges, no animosity. I didn't even think about anything happening to him. I just want him to stop messing with me. And we moved away, so that was it. Still had a lot of bullies. Even the bullies that came against me, I never wished them any bad because a lot of them I knew their family history and how they were suffering inside and trying to take it out on me. I didn't let them beat me down. If I had to run home, I did what I had to do. They never take my lunch money, my food, nothing like that. And a lot of them have tragic endings. It was sad because a lot of them I liked it. I thought they were cool people. I thought they were beautiful people. You know, but for some reason, it was always targeting me. And that's how they was doing my daughter. Even when she get on the job, there's always something. You so tall. Oh, you this. Oh, why don't you work for the I would be if I had your body. I would go and work in a go-go club. Why you ain't a basketball player? Why are you in this? Why she couldn't? It's always something. You know what I'm saying? Coming against you, and you just trying to live. But that's the way they designed it. That's the way they designed this because a lot of things happen to the ones who are in control of this world, and they don't want to fix the problem. So they like seeing others hurt to make them feel good. I guess I don't know how you would feel good on somebody starving. You putting them out of their home. They're homeless. Um, that they can't protect themselves right or take care of themselves right, and it's enough in this whole earth for everybody to have some space and then some. Have everything they could possibly need without taking anybody's stuff. But that's on them because their time is near and they know that. Their time is near, you know. You want to go down with them, cool. But your punishment and their punishment is probably not going to be the same. Uh, because they're immortal, okay, and your punishment probably won't be the same. Now, we don't die, leave this physical body behind, but you never die. Your soul, if you have a soul, you know what I'm saying? It goes somewhere else, wherever that may be, whoever you belong to. Now, they do have the system set up where they can reincarnate you, bring you back, have you repeat. Now, some say that's for a good reason. Some say it's not. I think you should have a choice. But if you forfeited your choice here, then maybe you don't. I'm not sure. I'm trying to find out more about that world. That's why I do a lot of research. Not saying I want to know everything, but I want to know what's necessary. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, jealous of people's body, their looks. They formed you in the look that you have. Take it up with them. Why destroy glamour spells, all this stuff against a person that have nothing to do with how you were made or how you look? They got plastic surgeons. Save your money up and go get that done if you want to. If you're not satisfied with how you look, you know that's not the other person's problem, but y'all want to make it people's problems. Yeah, well, when it all hit the fan, it's like coming against my daughter. You may not have kids. You might be gay. Not gonna have a biological child or not. Are you jealous because People have kids and you don't. You know what I'm saying? Is it medically? It's all kind of ways to have children. Or that child look better than my child. Or you wasn't a good parent to your kids and the other person was, but now you jealous because they kids okay. And a whole lot of times, sometimes that do not happen, but it's rare. So you want to make sure that they be miserable. So you want to turn the family against each other. You find the weakest link, and it's mostly you didn't put them in poverty. You done made it hard for them. And they think that they should shine in this world, because you're in the physical world, you want to live comfortably, you know. So they figure out a way to make families turn against each other, you know, uh, whatever way they do that. And it's so sad, you know. It's so sad. Then they sit back and they watch and they laugh. I was thinking about the day my daughter passed. A helicopter was flying above. A man was singing a rap song that's under me. So this was designed, orchestrated like a victory. And I know someone who has a helicopter. And if they're involved, their turn will come, you know, probably unexpectedly or expectedly. Never know. Because I remember when my mom was telling about my uncle when he passed away, his sister had a dream, said, get your house in order. And he knew that meant that cut out everything you're doing, everything out. He stayed home. Certain time, he would be talking to somebody. I don't know if he said he sold his soul. I don't know what he did. At a certain hour, he was gone. He didn't suffer. It must not have been tragic. I don't know, whatever he did. I don't know, maybe or maybe not. But he was taken to wherever. I don't know. You know, was he extraterrestrial like most of us are? Playing those games, making us fear that. And they always had spaceships, always had all of this stuff. The way we used to travel, stopping us from doing that, controlling us, making us struggle so they could sit back and laugh and me over you and more powerful, you know. And it's sad when somebody's in the same boat you is, struggling, and they want to make sure you struggle worse. That is so crazy. I'll never understand this world. I really won't. It's just crazy to me. It's really, really crazy to me. Want your gifts, want your ideas, want your image, want your looks. And I said, that's a child, there's some issues that you have to address for yourself. Mirror, mirror. I see what, and then they I sit back and I look and I'm like, damn, they know exactly what they're doing. They put movies out just at the time. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? So of course, if the mirror gonna say somebody else, if you're insecure, you're a coward and of yourself and haven't healed yourself, then you're gonna want to come against that person because they say that person's favor you, or then being messy in the mirror, they're gonna take your throne, they're gonna take this, they're gonna take your life. So the person listening to that gonna try to come against the person and stop. Even with Chronos and the guards, but it was a spiritual meaning behind it. But they took it and they said he ate his children because he was told that they were going to come against him and stuff like that. Possibly because he was doing evil. So if you evil, you're gonna have an evil child, man, mom or dad. So the child gonna be on one of the sides. Okay, but they still got the one that's not doing wrong in them. So they have a choice. But sometimes they make it so hard for them. Like I say, don't let them get the position or the job they want. You know what I'm saying? Discrediting them on the job, making them feel some type of way. And they mind is, I want to get higher than you and I'm going to show you. I ain't trying to show nobody a damn thing. But love. That's all I try to exude, you know. caring about you. And then that was my downfall. So now they want me to be another type of way. Because remember, I told y'all they wanted me in Hollywood, they wanted me this, they wanted me and all that kind of stuff. And I went another way. My creators, where I'm from, didn't want me to go that way. Now they're trying to force some things. They want me to submit. Good luck with that. Whether you take me out, take my family out, whatever you planning on, y'all planning on doing. If it's allowed, then it's gonna happen. There's nothing I can do about it. All the bullying remind me of Debo and Craig. Debo only messed with people who were under him, that he felt that he could beat and bully. Because he was a coward. Because he had a lot of issues. Nobody really cared. They didn't show a lot of his side, but you can tell by just his actions. Now you do have some people that was from a loving family that was just corrupt. These entities put a corrupt child in you, a demon child. You and your partner could be good, and they gave you a demon child, like going back to the hospitals or implanted that in you to give you some troubles. Remember Oprah Winfrey and Beloved? I talked about that with the Gemini guy I was talking about. I mean, it's what they got us going through here. Sending ghosts, demons, uh, coming through your house through portals and whatever, putting poison in your food and your drinks, moving stuff around, all of these things that they do to try to make it like you crazy, putting people in the crazy house, some that know, find out what's going on, cursing them, making them crazy or making them think they crazy, making them hear voices, just fucking with people. And then they sit back and they laugh and they think it's funny. And then people who don't understand that, don't want to understand because they still got their issues, they looking at them funny and scared of them, and it's causing all type of problems. Just it's really sad to me. Kidnapping, rape, cowards. Why would you predator on somebody that can't defend themselves? You got some issues you need to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Stealing people energy, caging people, having sex with them whenever you want to. I was thinking about the movie Gothica. How her husband behind her back was doing, him and the sheriff was doing all that kind of stuff. So it doesn't matter what position they're in. You know what I'm saying? If they're part of that sector, they're gonna do it. Or the insecurities, or for money or sex addict. It is not normal to be a sex addict. Something is going on that is not normal, that you cannot control yourself and want to have sex, any kind of way or with anybody. If you ruining your partner, having your partner having hysterectomies or a prostate cancer, colon cancer, whatever the deal may be, only going in one way, disrespecting a woman's vagina, you know, only going in her behind, all of these things. And they get off on that, to messing with men, from a boy on, family members doing it, neighbors messing with them because they know the man is embarrassed most of the time and won't say anything. They made y'all prideful like that. Say you shouldn't cry. Daddy starting early. You shouldn't cry. Don't cry. You're a big boy. How you a big boy and you're just a child? Okay. Want to make it a man already, and they still a child. They haven't learned any damn thing. How you gonna make your child a man and not explaining and teaching? Just like a same thing with a woman, a daughter. This is just so sad, and it's not getting better. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. Nobody wants to address their issue. They want to throw it on somebody else. And if you see through their issue, oh my goodness, they coming at you. Oh wow. you know, and don't know how to take constructive criticism, you know, to help you move to be the best that you can be, making things aware for you so you can know what come. I appreciate my mom when she told me these things growing up that wasn't on my radar, wasn't woke yet or anything like that. But I thought it as future use. So when things come against me, then I'll, oh, okay, mama said this, that. You know what I'm saying? So she said she moved like this or that, you know, helpful things to help me get through this matrix. I didn't come against my, my mama and hold it like back and say she was crazy and all this kind of stuff. I paid attention when she told me about different things. But now they don't want the older to tell nothing. Probably because a lot of people got hurt by older people. I understand that, who haven't healed, who are cowards as well, because they didn't heal themselves. Yeah, those craziest one is hating on a child because that child look better or you think better because your mind, they got your mindset through these magazines and TV. What's our worstest thing when you start visualizing things, models, and how a model should look like and be, and how your body should be, and you trying to change your body to be like the world say you should be, and not appreciating your own body, and talking about people who don't do it or wear things like you or wear makeup or don't make. It's always something somebody's going to come against you about to make you feel insecure because these beings are inside of them to make them feel insecure and thinking that's the way it's supposed to be. So if you don't do it, they mad that you didn't do it. So they're gonna try to come against you and make you feel some type of way. And most of the time, I told you about the movie Bless the Child. If y'all watch that movie, certain kids or children come in the world at a certain time. You did as well. And they got a certain time to corrupt you. If they don't catch you as a child, they sure gonna try to catch you before you turn either 18, maybe no, let's go back a little farther than that. 12, 18, definitely before 22. They gotta corrupt you in some kind of way, make you have diseases, make you meet these handlers, partners that don't care, family or something gonna try to come against you. And if you make it past 24, you have a chance. You probably gonna have a lot of wounds. They're gonna be looking for you to have some wounds because they want you to have some wounds in this world, you know. And if they haven't corrupted your heart in some type of way to make you devious and evil like them, they're gonna be on you for the rest of your life. They're gonna be on you. Good thing you have actual love from other sides. They're gonna send people to help you. They care about you, so don't worry about that. But it's just so sad. They'll want you comfortable. They'll want you chilling. They want to bring something. They some kind of something to try to come against you. And see if you're aware. That's like I say to Western days. Okay, I got my gun. You got a gun. You know. So I'm expecting you. I'm expecting you to come at me, and that's so sad. Now you gotta live your life expecting somebody to come at you. That's miserable. But we living in a miserable hell. Nobody wants to heal. Certain percentage does not want to heal. So they want to make sure everybody, you know, taking people out, bottling up souls, bottling up, taking over their bodies, you know, it's crazy. Stealing that in your sleep, stealing stuff in your sleep, stealing your ideas, stealing your memories, putting stuff in your mind to make you feel some type of way, programming people to go out and hurt other people. You don't know what the fuck went on after that. So you gotta be the one to suffer the consequences after they do this. It's crazy. the race game, uh, you know, this color better than me, so I'm coward. I'm gonna take them out, or I'm gonna make them feel some type of way, or I'm gonna have people believe that it was my race that did it, or and we all can. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Some people have higher ranking than others, and that's okay because they can handle that. The ones that do it truthfully and with respect. You ain't gotta love me, respect me. Nobody wants to. A whole lot of people don't want to do that. Pausing in the air, pausing in water, stopping things for people. It's crazy. Making people live in the horriblest conditions. It's so crazy to me. Causing chaos, not the good chaos that's going to change things for the better, but the bad chaos. You get away with it for a long time, but you got to pay the piper sooner or later. You know, there's always a return to sender. Yeah, yeah, I'm very aware. What went on is so sad, and and I just want my people to take her in their arms and teach her, and I try to still research and teach as well, so won't get tricked because the Indians say, and the African tradition tell a lot of the trickery in the spiritual realm. Uh, because that's where the leaders are to trick you to stay and come back. Like I was talking about, watch that movie Soul that cartoon that'll let you know a whole lot with Jamie Foxx. So they tell you everything. It's up to you to look at it and not think it's a lie. Certain things you're ready for, certain things is just to look at until the time comes. And then you have it in your memory bank and you'll know how to act accordingly, right? Not being blinded. We all were blind at one time, but now it's time to see. Don't y'all think so? But some, like I say, like the man explained to me, some people set their clock inside of them for a certain time that they're gonna wake up. But you can't come against others who are and try to help others that are ready or confirmation. Some people might be think they're going crazy, you know, things coming at them. And you might give them some confirmation on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you heard me like you wanted to. Um, but like I say, she wasn't happy here anyway. Y'all had been programming from a child and trying to deprogram, and she was thinking better. And then y'all decided through whatever way to decide to take this out the physical, which is death is so much better if you're going to you back to your people. You know, not everybody's going there. I'm sad to say because of a whole lot of reasons that you're not, and a whole lot of people will be reprogrammed. Like I said, a lot of people don't have souls, and I don't know why that's like that. And then you got it's another thing is how they inventing, like I was talking about the Cabbage Patch children, experimenting on people, experimenting on animals, splicing DNA just for your amusement, you know, making people have to live that way, whatever how the appearance. And then you got those who go to bed with animals and then they having babies and the baby come out some type of way, deformed or whatever, and that person has to either you gonna hide that child or the child has to go through life with those looks. Then you have some who make sure that they have them with those looks, sickness, disease, coming out that way, making the family suffer because they love the energy of you suffering. You know, they love the energy of you suffering. They love the energy of you happy on the holidays that they give you. Everything is programmed. They feeding off your energy. You're sad, you're mad, whatever the deal may be. That gives them empowerment. Clash of the Titans movie, same thing we're going through. It hasn't changed. It's just sad. The whole situation. But can't say you haven't been. If you want to see, you can see. If you don't want to see and want to stay the same way and still doing the same things and coming against people who haven't did anything to you or misconstruing what people are saying, or you just want to feel empowered like the higher ups and watch the person suffer that you've caused or someone you know have caused, or keeping somebody in your grips through magic or whatever, black magic, whatever you do, voodoo dog, whatever you do, from all cultures, because they all do about the same, just call it different names. Some have higher things that work faster, some of them have slower things that slowly go little by little, destroying the person, the nation, whatever the city, state, neighborhoods, whatever the deal may be, sitting back and watching those things, programming people, to be violent. Hey, how you doing, Abigail? Yeah. So, if you want to stay in that state, you do have a choice to stay that way. You do have a choice to come at people who haven't did anything for you. You want to watch people suffer, or whatever to be, wherever it may be. True. So, carry on. But like I say, you have to pay for that. There's no way that you're not going to pay for that. Some people don't believe in karma. Okay. Let's say what the universe say, what you put out, I can't remember exact words, you're going to get back, whether it's good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they try to stop your good. Like I say, they start to stop your resources. They try to stop the people that's supposed to come in your life, help you. Because I remember when I was growing up, they used to say that people who get up, you assign to people to help them get up. I don't know what happened to that, but I remember that very well growing up. They're assigned to help the next person. I remember what was I? It was a book I read by Shambach, or I can't remember what it was. But they was telling this certain person that they allowed them to have this money, and they had gave them the person's number, the person's name, to call and give that person a certain percentage because they have a destiny to fulfill, and they want to make sure they have the right resources to fulfill those destinies. But this evilness have made people be greedy and don't want to do it. And if a person is always on your mind and you got the resources, that's the person you're supposed to be helping. But they done made people selfish, like I say, and don't want to help. Still stuck in childhood issues. Oh, I might lose all my money. Or that person might get higher than me, or whatever the deal may be, and not appreciating what you got. Then you got to deal with it all being taken from you. So guess what? The evilness of this world, bad is good, good is bad, is going to have you do all type of things to maintain that position. So now you're into kidnapping, racketeering, treason. You know what I'm saying? You into all of this stuff, not trafficking, all of this stuff you got to do to maintain this position, messing, corrupting your own children to stay in this position. You know what I'm saying? Going against people, taking people out, making you a hit man, hit woman, a terminator, whatever, a cleaner, whatever the deal may be, to get that lifestyle because you didn't want to help the people that you were assigned to help because you have the means. You didn't get that money or position just for you to shine on other people and look at me. It's a boomerang effect. You're supposed to pull somebody else up. Everybody has an assignment. Well, not everybody. Everybody have things they should do, but certain people have certain assignments to not only for the world, the physical, but also for the physical, the universe, to make things keep flowing. And you got trapped in this evenness of stopping things from flowing, making you greedy, selfish, making you a coward. So you don't want to help the next person because they put a fear in you that that person might do better than you. If you're thinking like that, you're going to get in the trap, because we all supposed to help. How can you sit back and watch somebody just suffer and the child is suffering? Now they have things come on TV, these different countries or whatever, and they try to use sympathy, and that money is not going to them children, you know. Flies all on their face and water dirty and living in huts, and that was designed. All that is designed, and most of them is not even real. A whole lot is, but a whole lot is not. That's to pull on your sympathy for these higher ups to get money to keep them going, of their yachts, their big homes, and private airplanes, private helicopters, jets, all that kind of stuff. So you're gonna have to make sure that where you at, or whoever that's keeping on your mind to help, that you do that, because it's going to be vital for your future and your family's future if you care. Some people don't care about their family. Some people could care less. That's why they can come at you, because they don't care about the consequences coming on their kids. Remember in the Bible, it said, let us have whatever we want now, and let the sins, the curses fall on our children. Those are very selfish ancestors. They paying for that. Nobody gets away with that, whether you believe in karma or not. Because they have some cultures that don't believe, but it's real. May not get it here in the physical, but you're gonna get it. you know so yeah, I guess I've talked enough. That's what I want to say. Thank you, Abigail. Appreciate you for responding. But you feel me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But like I say, whatever your next move is, you know um you do it. You know what I'm saying? I can't stop you, you know but just know that I'm gonna try to defend myself to the best of my ability. you know that's all I can say. And my family as well. you know if you turn them against me or whatever the deal may be, you know I'm still gonna help, but I'm gonna also watch myself. you know but just remember, you took out somebody innocent, and you got to pay for taking out people that's innocent, that had nothing to do with it. You might blame it on me. You know too much. You said too much. I was only speaking to people who were unaware that could take it, or what I was told to say for our edification, to move to the next level. If it's not for you and you're not ready, click off. There's a button right there. Click off. You don't have to try to come against me or any type of way. If you're not ready, if your clock ain't and the alarm ain't went off for you to go into that direction. Some things you might want to listen for, like I said, for future reference. But to come against the person and take it and misconstrue it, and misdirect other people because it wasn't your message, you got to pay for that. You know. So anyway, like I say, change your heart, mind, soul. The true creators above everything, who made us from a seed. And that's not everybody. you know. So just be on your P's and Q's. People coming at you unaware that you wouldn't even think want to take you out, especially if you're trying to do the best that you can do in life. They don't like that. They want you suffering. They want you evil, you know. And if you're not being evil, they want you suffering. They want you to lose everything. They want to laugh at you on the street being homeless. And me, the homeless ain't got now bill, and now rent. You know what I'm saying? Might have a little time finding some food, but somebody always gonna come through, you know. And then you got a lot of agents on the street. You got a lot of angels on the street, good or bad agents. You got a whole lot of things. Undercover. You got a lot of things going on too. So you're gonna have to listen to your who really loves you is telling you information. You know what I'm saying? And when to move, not to move. That's on you. You ain't gotta listen to shit I'm saying. I'm just saying how I'm feeling. Cause we in hell. This is hell. Or what they call what's good is bad, bad is good. This is heaven or the heavenly realms. The heaven is not good, it's hell. And the heavens is the way Bobby Hemmett explained it. The heavens is just being reincarnated, coming back and doing the same thing. But research for yourself. Y'all don't like what I just said because we've been programmed to believe that. And I'm pretty sure they're going to try to come against me for saying that. But research things for yourself. You might have to do it privately, but they listening on your phones. They see what you look at. They see what you pull up. They monitoring where you go. That's why they gave us these cell phones and the technology and all this stuff so they can watch you. They got cameras everywhere. They got people watching binoculars and apartment buildings and homes and underground ways of getting in or stuff like that. It got so many things going on. Yeah, targeting you, right? So, I will keep my whole armor on, and if it's meant for them to take you out, they'll take you out. If it's not, and you ain't fulfilled, you ain't through with your destiny, then you ain't through with your destiny. And they'll have to pay for that. Whether they following you from the last in reincarnation, you know, or not. Did they take you out in the last carnation? Did they drive you crazy in the last carnation? Now you got to really get off. That's healing you and getting off into yourself to find out what you did, who your enemies were. Maybe you were a hateful person last time, or maybe you was not. You need to know that for what's coming against you now, what you were programmed to do in any of these incarnations. You know, working on self is so vital. So you can know how to maneuver and why it's coming at you, so you can have a chance to apologize because they're gonna take all your memories. It's not fair. Okay, say you did something, you were horrible in this world, and then you die. They take all the memories where you can't apologize, but they leave the people that you did something to keep coming against you when you come back, or put you in that family and you getting raped, abused, whatever the deal may be, but you don't remember anything. How can you change things when you don't know what the fuck you did? Especially as a baby or a child. You know what I'm saying? So if any of that is true, because they lie a lot too. So you watching a child being took out or harmed or something like that, and you keep, say you keep going through that and you grow with it and you still, abuse, and you don't know that you did something to a child in the past life, if that's true, and then they don't give you a chance to correct your mistakes. Then you sometime, your family, your true family may enlighten you and you have a chance to apologize. And now you're aware. Sometimes they wait till you get old, and bring back some memories. By that time, they're ready to take you out because you're knowing too much. You're helping too much, And I've never boggles my mind that people billionaires, trillionaires who got money want to, still goes back to greed and cowards. Take from somebody who didn't, who built the country, who worked, who did this, who did that, was slave, and did all the protocol. You wasn't aware that you were being that way. Then you find out you are. You try to go to another way, and they blocking, blacklisting you, whatever the deal, till you submit to their order. So they're gonna steady try to come against you and your family and corrupt your family, corrupt you, take you out, whatever the deal may be. Playing these games. They love games. So they can sit back and watch you suffer from wherever they're watching us from, TV screens. We can't see them unless you become enlightened, well, unless you other ways you can find out. But they study watching. And like I say, they got their time too, immortal or not. But anyway, that's all I had to say. Again, thank you, Abigail. I appreciate y'all. That was my ranting for today. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. Join my members only. All right. Love y'all.